Warning, viewers, do not attempt any kind of wiring if you lack the knowledge and understanding required. Otherwise, personal injury and or death as well as property damage or loss could occur. You must be careful when dealing with electricity. Always use common sense. Hey yo, what's poppin' everyone? How you guys doing? My name is Christian, and in today's video I'll be showing you guys how to install recessed wafer lights. Alright, so this is actually all the tools and materials that you would need. I kind of just laid it out as a whole. Definitely need a ladder. You'll need a vacuum. I got a tarp. You don't got to get that fancy. You can just put down a blanket. This is called a dust bowl. I've actually never used this before. I'm borrowing it from a friend. You'll also need a drill. You'll need your basic electrical hand tools for pliers, Phillips, and this tick tracer. And of course, you need a tape measure. 14-2 wire here. This is for residential lighting. I got a snake, some electrical tape, Romex connectors here. I also have these awesome quick connectors. These things are great. They're very efficient to work with. And last but not least is this awesome RGB wafer light from Bazz. This is the only company that I've seen that's currently making this RGB style wafer light, so I went with them for that reason. They also did a great job with their packaging and included this cheat sheet, so when you're ready to drill out your sheetrock, you cut the right diameter and it fits right in like a glove. And they also included their instruction manual on how to connect to the lights once you're all ready to go. First thing I like to do is start taking measurements to see where I want to place my lights. Normally I do 2 feet off the wall, and I do it from X and Y, and that would be my center. Once you're done marking up all your lights, next thing you want to do is walk around the room and just start smashing in a little pilot hole with your screwdriver and making sure there's no piece of strappings in your way. It makes it more efficient for you, and it also helps once you're ready to drill out the hole. So the first thing I made sure to do was grab a t-shirt and wrap my fur up, because sheetrock and hair, my dude, definitely does not mix. So the first thing you should do is grab your blue tarp, lay it across the floor in the area you're going to be drilling out your holes. Now, one thing you should keep in mind when you're using the dust bowl is to make sure you keep a very firm and sturdy grip and keep the consistency of the drill going, and you'll have a very successful hole. Another thing is, every time you drill out a hole, make sure you just grab a wafer light, throw it in there, and confirm that it actually fits. Now that you've gained this experience from drilling out your first hole, go and proceed your next holes the same way. But try your best to better yourself at each location. Try your best to find the most efficient way you can do this, because at the end of the day, it's basically a reflection of who you are, and you don't want shit work. You want this to look really good, and just take appreciation of everything and take your time and just learn from everything that you're doing, and that's the best advice I can give. Once you're done drilling out all your holes, you want to grab your 14-2 wire. What you want to do is you want to walk this bad boy out so it doesn't get tangled up, and then you want to grab your best friend, the snake, okay? The snake, the one to never be trusted, but this one you can trust. So you want to shove that one up the ceiling to the other light. Now, once you have it across, you go over to your other light, pull down the snake, grab your wire, tape it up, pull it from the other end, leave about a foot coming down from the ceiling. You can cut it and then just proceed doing the same thing, man, and just let your work flourish, baby, because at the end of the day, this is the most satisfying part of this job. This is when you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, you just finished drilling out holes in the ceilings, and you were probably questioning if this is even possible, if I'm even doing the right thing, and then now you're pulling your wires from your ceiling and you're like, okay, we're up to something now. You know what I mean? So just keep it going. It's very repetitive work, but at the end of the day, all the hard work you put into it, you will be very fulfilled and satisfied with your product. So now that I've finished up jumping all of my lights out, now I gotta get power to my light. And the way that I'm gonna do that is, I already had an existing light in the center of my living room. I also had a single pole switch that controlled that light, which now allowed me to keep myself safe in 2 different ways, which is shutting off the light with the switch or shutting it from the panel directly. And once you made yourself safe, and what I mean by that is that there's no power or no voltage coming out of that existing light, then you can proceed to jump your wire from your old light to your new light to provide the power. And another way to confirm that there's no power there once you shut off the circuit is make sure you grab that best friend of yours, a tick tracer, and make sure you test the circuit and confirm that you are good to go. So now that I finished everything all up, ran the feed from an existing light to my new lights, now I start prepping everything up. What I do is I grab my Romex connector, sleeve it through my Romex wires. I strip about 5 inches from the Romex wires, which exposes my conductors, which is my black, white, and the copper conductor. And I do that for all 4 lights. Once that's all ready to go and prepped, I go around and start actually wiring them color for color, black to black, white to white, bare to bare. Once you're done throwing in all your wafer lights, make sure you tie into the power. And like I mentioned before, we already made sure that we were safe. Once you tie that in, let there be lights, baby. And that's a wrap. Finished product is here. As you can see, it's very bright in this room. Honestly, these guys, Bazz Lighting, you guys did a great job with this product. I love everything about this light. I was actually able to sync my lights already to the Bazz application, so I'm able to change the lights to whatever color I want. I'll be showing you guys this clip right after. Alright guys, thank you very much for tuning into this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I hope you found this very informative. I will be posting more of these kinds of videos because I am renovating my living room, so I want to just show the entire experience. Hopefully I can inspire somebody as well wanting to do the same for themselves, and that's basically it. But before I even leave, you gotta make sure you hit that subscribe button. Alright, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to subscribe to your boy. Okay, because I'm showing you guys the sauce, okay? No, seriously though, but on for the next one, man. I hope to see you guys in the next video, and stay tuned. Deuces.